Konnichiwa, Lingopie no Monica desu, and today I'm here in the largest Japanese community outside Japan, which is located in São Paulo, Brazil. And I'm here today because I wanted to get inspired to talk to you about how you can learn Japanese by watching anime. But before we start, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more content on language learning by Lingopie. Now, let's talk about anime. A little bit of history. During the 30s, the animation in Japan was seen as an alternative format to the live-action industry. However, there was competition coming from producers outside Japan, like Disney, for example. So, working with cheaper techniques helped the industry to grow in a way that by the 50s, we could see lots of animated ads created for television. But it was in the 60s that something really cool happened. There was this guy called Osamu Tezuka who decided to simplify some Disney animation techniques and limit the number of frames in order to reduce costs. And what I love the most about this story is that what was supposed to be temporary ended up defining a whole new style of animation, changing the industry forever. So, how can watching anime help us to learn Japanese? Watching native Japanese content and listening to native speakers help us to pick up on tone, gestures, and common phrases for basic conversations. Important, pay attention to the context. Here, I mean, in anime, you will see lots of informal conversations. And Japan is a very respectful society, so just keep that in mind. Try to not use informal language in a formal context. You don't want to sound offensive, right? Tip number 1. Mimic the speech. A great strategy when learning any language is to repeat phrases after a character says them. This is what we call mimicking. And this may sound odd, but it's a good idea to mimic a character who is identified as the same gender as you, so you can start expressing yourself. Once you have some concepts internalized, it will be easier to learn word variations that depend on gender. Tip number 2. Read the manga. Animes are usually based on graphic novels that we call manga. Read the manga of the anime you are watching will give you some context and will support your understanding, and not only that, it will give you more language skills and vocabulary. Tip number 3. Take notes. Whichever movie or TV show you're watching, make sure of helpful vocabulary and phrases. And make lists of words you want to remember. Writing them down helps on memorization and improves your writing skills. Top tips for learning Japanese on Lingopie. Speaking on memorization, Lingopie has super helpful tools like flashcards and quizzes that will make it impossible to forget that word you're struggling with. By the way, when you're using Lingopie to watch anime, it is important to be aware of made-up words, especially if the anime is sci-fi or fantasy. There may be many words that are specific to that fictional world and not that relevant to the world we live in. Well, you already know that Lingopie has dual subtitles, but try to use one at each time. I mean, avoid English subtitles only. You will likely be distracted by reading them and absorb less of the Japanese language you can hear as a result. If you're struggling with the Japanese subtitles, you can always watch the episode once with English subtitles and then another time with the Japanese ones. And of course, you can always book a private class with one of our tutors. What level should you be in Japanese to watch anime? Well, Japanese is a tricky language to learn, and usually the dialogues in animes are fast, colloquial, and difficult to grasp. So, using anime to learn Japanese is recommended more for an intermediate learner who already have some understanding of the language and the sentence structures. Use anime to pick up new phrases and see how words and sayings are used naturally in specific contexts. Take a look at our catalog on lingopie.com. I'm pretty sure you will find something that you will love to binge watch and you will end up learning Japanese in the process. But remember that Lingopie offers several other languages and tons of fun shows to watch. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel for more content on language learning by Lingopie and consider to visit lingopie.com to give it a try. I'll leave the link in the description box below so you can get a free 7-day trial to get started. Good luck learning Japanese, and remember that learning a language should be fun. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Oh yeah, I can even feel the kanji downloading to my system.